What's up, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number one. My number one favorite rock and pop album of the 70s. This is the countdown we've been doing all month long here in August 2023. 31 days in the month. My 31 favorite rock slash pop album countdown. These are the albums. They're not the hard rock and metal albums, although, quite a few of my albums do rock a bit, including today's pick. Not the Southern rock albums, not the progressive rock albums, not the jazz or fusion albums, right? These are just general rock, pop. This, rock could be blues rock or new wave or just, whatever, right? The albums that don't really kind of fit any other category, right? They're not specialized. They're just general rock or pop albums, right? So today, this particular pick is the second album from this British musician who came from a pretty famous band to go start a solo career. It was released April 20th, 1974, recorded at Olympic and AIR Studios in London, England. Produced by Matthew Fisher, his former bandmate, for Chrysalis Records. I'm talking about Bridge of Sighs by Robin Trower. That's right. It's like when I did the hard rock and metal countdown last month, I kind of wanted to include Trower, but I'm like, it's definitely not metal, right? Trower was never metal, and granted, he does have some hard rock songs in his catalog, but it's generally Trower is a blues rock guy, right? And this album is a great example of blues rock and psychedelic rock, right? So I was like, I held him off from including him last month. I'm like, you know what? He's going to be in the general rock countdown, and then the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, well, this is undoubtedly my favorite album of all the ones that I've mentioned all month. It's just such a terrific record, and I remember the first time I heard Robin Trower and this album. The first album I ever bought from him was the live album. This is the second album I got, and I've been a tremendous fan ever since. So it only took three guys to make magic here: Robin Trower on guitar, the late great James Dewar on bass and vocals, what a singer, and Reg Isidore on drums, right? He played on the first couple albums and then replaced by Bill Lorden, right, for a string of albums. And that probably, I love Reg, he's great, and he played with Robin again later on. To me, the lineup with Bill Lorden probably was the classic trio, I think, right? You could go either way, right? But yeah, such a great album with not a weak track at all, start to finish. Kicks off with Day of the Eagle. That's a perfect example of Robin doing hard rock, right? That's a barnstorming opener, just absolutely terrific. Then you've got the swirling, psychedelic Bridge of Sighs, a title track. Most people's favorite song from him. It's not my favorite song, not even close, actually. I really like Bridge of Sighs a lot, but there's something really kind of unique about it that I think that has always captured the attention of the general music fan, even though there are many other songs in his catalog that I think give you much more of what Robin was all about. For some reason, Bridge of Sighs, obviously was picked up on the radio, and it's been a kind of classic rock radio staple for years, so I get it. It's still a really cool song. His tones and choice of using effects and all that kind of stuff, and univibe and fuzz and wah wah, and it's dreamy. It's funny, the longer I continue to listen to Robin Trower, and it's been many years. I started listening to him probably like in 1978 or so. The less I hear the Hendrixy stuff in his music. Yeah, there's that slight little bit. I think it's more that he's using similar type of equipment to Jimmy, and there's obviously a bluesy vibe there. But man, that's where the comparisons end. I hear less and less less and less Hendrix in Trower's playing the older I get. But yeah, it's Univibe and Fender Stratocaster and Marshall amps and wah wah and Crybaby Wawa and Fuzz and all that sort of thing. I mean, and Hendrix was doing the same thing, right? So I think Robin got more of that and inspiration rather than saying, I'm going to play stuff that sounds like Hendrix, because I really don't think a lot of his music sounds Hendrixy at all. In This Place kind of is a great segue from Bridge of Sighs. It's got a similar type feel. It's very bluesy, kind of got this cool guitar washes and things going on. Great use of the wow, 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 wow. Awesome stuff. Love In This Place. Very underrated track on this album. And then, of course, The Fool in Me finishes off side one of the original vinyl. That's terrific, man. The Fool in Me is raucous, great groove, sizzling riffs, excellent song, great vocal from Mr. Dewar, fantastic. Side two, Two Rolling Stones, arguably my favorite Robin Trower song. Absolutely love Two Rolling Stones. It's terrific. Even better on the live album, but it's just such a great song. About to Begin, probably the least noteworthy song on the album, but still really, really good. And then, of course, Lady Love. Great, concise, 3-minute little bluesy rocker. And then the great closer, which also is a great closer on the live album, Little Bit of Sympathy, which is just really terrific. Nice, slow building song with just a great Trower solo. Lots of feel, lots of groove. This album is so good. So good. So yeah, Bridge of Sighs is my number one pick. Let us know what you guys think of this album in the comments below, but let's go see if we have any charting information. We do. Australia, number 41. And in the US, number 7. That's it. Crazy. We got no certifications, it looks like. No certifications. Which is strange. I would have thought that this would have, because I know this was his biggest hit, biggest album, but I guess that didn't quite make it to gold or anything like that. Well, not surprising. But like I've said many times, sometimes the best albums of all time weren't necessarily the biggest sellers, right? That's the way it works. This is kind of niche music here. This kind of bluesy psychedelic rock. This is not mainstream type stuff. But for those of us who know, you know who you are. This is good stuff. Before I forget, I do want to give a shout out to one of our loyal viewers who's generally here every single day, Melanie Thurber, who I understand is going to be going through some procedures, and we want to know we're here at Sea Tranquility. We're all thinking of you, sending positive thoughts. I know you're going to be fine, and we'll be with you in spirit and here. So Melanie, thanks for all you do for the channel, all your participation. Best of luck to you. We'll be pulling for you. And this is on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations as well as our merch page. So thanks in advance for all your support there. Cameo as well. Also, Gary Joyce. Got it. I won't let you down, my friend. You know what I'm talking about. So thanks, everybody. Stay tuned. We've got coming up the Monsters Den tonight, of course. Tala can't wait for the Monsters Den. She loves the Monsters Den. Nuka doesn't care. Tala's like, yes, Monsters Den. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at a brand new film from a filmmaker we all like quite a bit, Neil Marshall. He's created some great movies like Dog Soldiers and The Descent and many others, and he's got a brand new one out called The Lair. We're going to be talking about The Lair tonight, so stay tuned for that. Here on the Monsters Den tonight, of course, Martin Popoff joins me in the Funhouse tomorrow morning. We got that. Ken Golden will also be here tomorrow for the Professor's Picks, and then we've got ranking the albums coming up on Sunday, where I will be ranking the catalog. It's not a big catalog, but a handful of albums from a very cool, very obscure sort of band called Freedom, British band. Two of the guys came from the early incarnation of Procol Harum, started their own kind of psychedelic blues rock band, so that's coming up on Sunday, so stay tuned for that, and lots more here on the channel. So, of course, and next week is In the Prague Seat Week and UK Connection Week. Got two really good shows for you. As always, we're doing our Q&A show on In the Prague Seat next week. The following week, you got a Q&A show from the Hudson Valley Squares, and on the UK Connection, we did another really cool AOR melodic rock show featuring Romeo's Daughter, Billy Squire, and Uriah Heep. So stay tuned for that. All in the coming next week. Till then, I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon. Oh, let's do honorable mentions, right? Should we do honorable mentions? Yes. So hold on, everybody. Don't go anywhere. I wanted to rattle off some honorable mentions for today's show here. So these are the ones that did not quite make the cut for me, but I love quite a bit. And, I'm sure there's going to be a lot that I haven't mentioned. But Golden Earring, Moontan, Grateful Dead, Blues for Allah, Todd Rundgren, A Wizard of True Star, Rory Gallagher, Calling Card, Johnny Winter, and The Kinks, Low Budget, Tommy Bolin, Teaser, Max Webster, High Class and Borrowed Shoes, Eagles, Hotel California, and or One of These Nights. I like them both equally. Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams, Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, 10 Years After, Cricklewood Green, REO Speedwagon, You Could Tune a Piano, but you can't tune a fish. Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero, New England, self-titled New England, Ambrosia, Somewhere I've Never Traveled, The Guess Who, American Woman, April Wine, First Glance, Foghat, Fool for the City, Pat Travers, Heat in the Street, James Gang Rides Again, Procol Harum, Broken Barricades, Blondie, Eat to the Beat, Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young, Deja Vu, Cheap Trick, Dream Police, The Beatles, Let It Be, Bad Company, Straight Shooter, Dire Straits, Communique, Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, and other assorted love songs, Neil Young, Rust Never Sleeps, George Harrison, All Things Must Pass, The Police, Regatta de Blanc, The Raspberries, Side 3, The Pretenders, self-titled The Pretenders, 10cc, How Dare You, Player, self-titled, Christopher Cross, Pablo Cruz, A Place in the Sun, Joe Walsh, The Smoker You Drink, The Player You Get, Jefferson Starship, Freedom at Point Zero, and Traffic, Low Spark of High Heel Boys, which is one that I kind of forgot about. Probably should have been in my top 31 because I really love Low Spark of High Heel Boys. So maybe that's number 32, right? Excellent album. I just realized that yesterday. I was driving around. I had Sirius XM on, and Light Up or Leave Me Alone came on, and I'm like, wait a second. Did I forget Low Spark of High Heel Boys on my countdown? It was kind of too late to change it at that point. So yeah, that's my number one honorable mention, Low Spark of High Heel Boys. So there you have it, everybody. My number one, Robin Trower, Bridge of Sighs, as well as all my honorable mentions. Till tomorrow, right? We start all over again. My favorite albums of the 60s. And for the 60s, it could be anything. Acid rock, hard rock, proto-metal, proto-prog, avant-garde, jazz, fusion, pop, rock, country, Dixieland, polka, whatever. It's all open to everything for the 60s because, for me, the 60s doesn't have as many albums that I hold dear to me as the 70s. But there's still a lot of really cool albums. So that starts tomorrow morning. 30 albums, 30 days in the month of September, my 30 favorite albums of the 60s, all genres. Till then, I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks for tuning in every day this month. Made this a lot of fun, as always. But the fun begins again tomorrow. We'll see you. Bye-bye.